This robot spends all day picking items.
One of the areas that I'm very excited about is just for AI clouds, it's certain specialized jobs that makes it possible for us to help everyone. And so,
Hello, hi. We have Arjun here, who is an employee of NVIDIA, and he'll be telling us more about how computer vision works on NVIDIA Omniverse. And Arjun, nice to have you on our AI Spotlight show. Can you tell us more about how the Apple code works on NVIDIA Omniverse from an architectural perspective and also from a user base perspective as well? Yeah, you can take it on.
Absolutely, I'm happy to share. So, NVIDIA Omniverse is designed to generate physically accurate, photorealistic simulations of the real world. So, it is meant to create a simulation that's so accurate that you can't distinguish it from the real world, and you can use it to simulate real-world outcomes. For example, training self-driving cars, training robots, even down to consumer use cases like configuring your car and choosing the perfect paint colors, the perfect stitching of the leather, getting it exactly the way you want it to look and feel, so that when you buy the car, it's exactly the one that you want it, right? The whole idea is Omniverse is able to create a digital twin of the world that we live in that is extremely accurate and realistic. Now, having this beautiful digital twin is great, but what if you want to experience it as a person? You want to be inside that twin. That's where Apple Vision Pro comes in. NVIDIA Omniverse has built-in streaming that will take those beautiful pixels from the NVIDIA Omniverse server and stream them over a network into Apple Vision Pro. Why Apple Vision Pro? Because it has one of the highest resolution displays of any XR headset, and it also has camera-based processing. So when you put on the Apple Vision Pro, you're not looking at the real world. You're looking at an image generated by the cameras on the device. But it's so realistic that often you feel like you're just looking at the real world. So that's perfect for Omniverse. They're showing you the real world through a camera. We are taking these extremely accurate pixels that we've generated in the cloud or on your local server. We stream them to the Vision Pro, and we seamlessly combine the two together. So using the Apple Vision Pro, you could be sitting here at NVIDIA GTC, wearing your headset, and you could be looking at a photorealistic, physically accurate simulation of a car with, wind tunnels.
That is amazing. I have a quick question for you.
Yeah.
Then, at what point do you deploy the Omniverse in the Apple Vision? Is it that the Apple Vision has like an Apple Store where you can integrate? How does that work? Please, we would like to know.
Absolutely. So, Omniverse is running on a server. Let's talk about architecture realistic, right? Omniverse is running on a server, and that server has an NVIDIA GPU in it, right? Actually, multiple NVIDIA GPUs, because it's generating a lot of data. The Apple Vision Pro is running on, the app on the Apple Vision Pro can be distributed via the App Store. It can be sideloaded. There's many different ways to get apps onto them, like any other app on the Apple ecosystem. And the connection between those two is through a streaming protocol called Cloud XR. So there are two different nodes talking to each other across the network. Change colors or on the Omniverse side, you can download the Omniverse SDK and use it to build your own applications that do different kinds of rendering or simulation. You can do robotic simulation. You can do automotive simulation. You can do product configuration, right? That's the application on the server side. On the client side, you have a companion app that receives the streams, but it can also send and receive data to the Omniverse ecosystem change different things about the rendering of the scene. For example, you can change the rotation of the object, the scale of the object. You can change different parameters of the simulation. For example, going back to like a car in a wind tunnel, you can increase the speed or decrease the speed. Or like if the car has a spoiler, you can put the spoiler up and see how that changes, the airflow. So that's kind of how the two pieces talk to each other.
That really makes sense. Then let us assume that a university lecturer would like to deploy the Apple Pro integrated in Omniverse. How would that help in an educational setting or in an institutional setting?
Absolutely. So NVIDIA Omniverse comes in several different flavors.
Okay.
There's a free version that's available on GitHub. So you can just go to GitHub, clone the repository, and you'll have Omniverse up and running on your local system. And then you can get all the Apple Vision Pro SDK and samples also on GitHub and use that to create the connection. So for institutions like that, if they're just experimenting, they can just get access to the whole SDK for free. And then if they want to scale out that prototype to more users, more students, they can subscribe for an enterprise license. And NVIDIA has educational licenses that have different options to get Omniverse.
Okay, great. Okay, group we're looking at the educational setting. Do they get some kind of will I say subsidized prices since in the educational setting we have a lot of students? Yeah.
I'm not sure about the pricing details specifically, but all that information is available on the website.
Okay.
What I can do is, I don't know if this will show through, but I have a QR code.
Okay.
And this is the best place to start with the Apple Vision Pro and Omniverse. So if this shows through the video, people can scan this QR code. So take you straight to our landing page. At the bottom, you'll find our documentation, and it will guide you through all of the steps to integrate with Apple Vision.
Thank you so much, Arjun. Thank you for giving us insights on how Apple Pro works on NVIDIA Omniverse. It's great to have you on our AI Spotlight show. Thank you so much.